Have you ever walked into a room, stopped and thought, wait a second, what did I come in here for? Or maybe you've misplaced your keys again, and you're standing in the kitchen wondering if your memory is slipping more than usual. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. These little lapses in memory can feel frustrating, even a little scary sometimes. But here's the good news. Your brain is a living, breathing organ, and just like your heart, your bones, or your muscles, it responds to how you treat it. And yes, that includes what you put on your plate every day. You see, after the age of 60, your body goes through quiet, gradual changes. Some are visible like stiff joints, slower steps, or skin that doesn't bounce back quite like it used to. But others happen inside your brain, almost silently. Blood flow may decrease a bit. Certain hormones decline. And neurons, the tiny messengers that help you think clearly, remember names, and follow conversations, start to work a little less efficiently. That's the part no one tells you. They say aging is inevitable, but they don't always say how much control you still have. And that's what this video is all about. Because the truth is, what you eat has a powerful effect on your brain. Not just today, but for years to come. Certain foods can help keep your mind sharper, your memory clearer, and even your mood more stable. Others, they may quietly do the opposite. That's why today, we're going to gently shift the way you think about nutrition, not as a diet or a trend, but as an act of self-care for the most powerful organ in your body, your brain. So let's start with something simple, something small, yet incredibly powerful. Let's talk about fats. Yes, fats. For decades, people were told to fear fat. But modern research has flipped that thinking upside down, especially when it comes to brain health. You see, your brain is made up of nearly 60% fat, so it only makes sense that feeding it the right kind of fat can help it work better. Think of omega-3 fatty acids. These are found in fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines. Omega-3s help reduce inflammation in the brain, support communication between brain cells, and may even help protect against diseases like Alzheimer's. If you're not a fan of fish, you can also get them from flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts. But here's the key. You have to be consistent. Eating salmon once a month won't do much. Try aiming for 2 servings a week, or consider a high-quality fish oil supplement if it fits your health plan. Now, speaking of inflammation, this is a word you'll hear a lot when it comes to aging and memory. Chronic inflammation is like a slow-burning fire in the body, and over time, it can damage cells, including those in your brain. That's where antioxidants come in. Imagine your brain as a beautiful old house. Antioxidants are the caretakers that come in, sweep away the dust, fix the leaky pipes, and repaint the walls. They clean up the damage done by oxidative stress, something that increases as we age, especially when we eat processed foods, breathe polluted air, or live under stress. So where do you find antioxidants? In colorful fruits and vegetables. Berries, especially blueberries, are little miracles in this department. Blueberries contain flavonoids, a type of antioxidant shown to improve memory in older adults. But don't stop there. Reach for spinach, kale, broccoli, red cabbage, carrots, and even beets. Each color represents a different protective compound. When your plate looks like a rainbow, your brain reaps the reward. But let me tell you something you might not expect. Sugar, yes, even a little sweet here and there, can be sneaky when it comes to memory. Too much sugar, especially refined sugar, has been linked to brain fog, mood swings, and even long-term cognitive decline. And it's not just about candy or desserts. Sugar hides in places you might not expect, like white bread, fruit juice, and salad dressings. Now, I'm not saying you have to give up everything you love. Life should still include joy, and sometimes that joy is a slice of cake on your birthday or a spoonful of honey in your tea. But awareness is power. Swapping soda for herbal tea or white rice for quinoa can do more than support your waistline. It can protect your memory. Let's go back for a moment. Imagine starting your day with a warm bowl of oatmeal topped with blueberries, a sprinkle of walnuts, and a touch of cinnamon. Not only is that comforting and delicious, it's feeding your brain with fiber, antioxidants, and healthy fats. It's one small decision that sets the tone for a healthier day. That's how powerful food can be. It doesn't have to be dramatic. It just has to be consistent. We've talked about healthy fats, antioxidants, and sugar. But there's something else your brain craves: hydration. And no, it's not just about drinking 8 glasses of water a day. As we get older, the sensation of thirst can fade. Many seniors walk around slightly dehydrated without even knowing it. And dehydration, even mild, can lead to confusion, fatigue, and forgetfulness. Water helps every part of your body function, but your brain is especially sensitive. If you've ever felt foggy or irritable, a simple glass of water might be a surprisingly powerful remedy. Try keeping a water bottle within reach. Add slices of lemon, cucumber, or mint if you need a little flavor. And don't forget that soups, fruits like watermelon, and herbal teas count too. Now, let's imagine you're preparing lunch. You slice a ripe avocado, lay it over a piece of whole grain toast, and top it with a handful of arugula and a boiled egg. Again, that's healthy fat, fiber, and a dose of choline from the egg, a nutrient that supports memory and learning. With just a few simple ingredients, you've created a meal that truly nourishes your brain. These choices might seem small, but over time, they stack up. One nourishing breakfast leads to more energy. That energy helps you take a walk. That walk helps you sleep better. And that sleep sharpens your memory. It's all connected. That's the beauty of it. Your brain doesn't need perfection. It just needs your care. A little more color on your plate. A little more intention in your meals. A little less sugar in your tea. These are not just diet tips, they're acts of love, of resilience, of choosing to keep showing up for yourself. Because you're not done living. You're just getting started at a different, wiser pace. You know, the older I get, the more I realize it's not about adding more years to life. It's about adding more life to those years. And one of the most beautiful things about nourishing your brain is that it's never too late. Every healthy bite, every mindful decision gives your brain a chance to breathe, to repair, and to thrive. Let's talk about something many people overlook: protein. Most people think of protein as something for building muscle, and that's true, but your brain relies on it too. Proteins are made up of amino acids, and those are the building blocks for neurotransmitters, little messengers that help your brain cells talk to each other. Without enough of them, your brain has to work harder just to think clearly. After 60, appetite can change. You might find yourself eating less or skipping meals. But that makes it even more important to focus on quality, not just quantity. Try adding an egg to your morning, or some lentils to your soup. Cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, or even a handful of almonds can go a long way. The goal isn't to eat a lot, it's to eat smart. And while we're talking about smart choices, let's shine a light on something magical: spices. You might be surprised to hear this, but certain herbs and spices do more than flavor your food, they actively support your brain. Take turmeric, for example. This golden spice, often used in curries, contains curcumin, a compound known to reduce inflammation and support memory. It's been studied for its potential to delay or even prevent age-related brain decline. Try a pinch in your soup or sprinkle it on roasted vegetables. Or how about cinnamon? It's not just for toast. Cinnamon helps balance blood sugar, which in turn can stabilize energy levels and improve focus. And rosemary, just the scent of it, has been shown to enhance memory. Imagine adding a few sprigs to your roast potatoes or chicken. These are simple acts, easy to do, but the benefits, they linger. Let's not forget magnesium. It's a mineral that many older adults are deficient in, and that's unfortunate because magnesium helps regulate brain function, mood, and even sleep. Low levels of magnesium have been linked to depression, anxiety, and mental fatigue. Where can you find it? Dark leafy greens like spinach, seeds like pumpkin or sunflower, and even a square of dark chocolate. Yes, dark chocolate. Just make sure it's at least 70% cacao and enjoy it mindfully. And here's something else you might not hear often. Your gut and your brain are constantly talking. In fact, your gut is sometimes called your second brain. That means if your digestion is off, if you're bloated, constipated, or uncomfortable, your brain might feel foggy, tired, or unmotivated. The solution? Fiber and probiotics. Fiber keeps everything moving smoothly. You'll find it in oats, beans, fruits with skin, and vegetables like carrots and celery. Probiotics, on the other hand, are the good bacteria that live in your gut. They help break down food, support immune function, and send happy signals to your brain. Yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, and miso are great places to start. But here's the thing: you don't need to overhaul your kitchen overnight. Maybe tomorrow, instead of white toast, you try a slice of whole grain. Maybe you add a teaspoon of chia seeds to your smoothie. Or you brew a calming cup of chamomile tea before bed. These are gentle shifts. And gentle shifts, repeated with care, create lasting change. Now, let's take a moment to talk about something people rarely associate with food: mood. Have you ever noticed that on the days you skip meals or eat something heavy and greasy, your mind just feels slow? That's not your imagination. What you eat doesn't just affect how you look, it affects how you feel. Food influences the production of serotonin, dopamine, and other mood-related chemicals in the brain. Leafy greens, whole grains, beans, and seeds support a steady mood. On the other hand, overly processed foods, things that come in shiny packages and last forever on the shelf, can cause blood sugar swings and leave you feeling anxious or down. Think of your meals as a chance to nourish not just your body, but your spirit. Now, if you're thinking, this all sounds good, but I've got habits I've had for 40 years. I'm not sure I can change now. Let me stop you right there. You can. And you don't have to do it alone. Maybe it starts with one recipe a week. Maybe you invite a friend to try a new healthy dish. Or maybe you talk to your grandkids about what they're learning in school about nutrition. They might surprise you. Because here's something powerful. When you choose to care for yourself, you're also setting an example for your children, your neighbors, your community. You become a quiet leader, a reminder that aging doesn't mean fading, it means evolving. It means becoming more in tune with what your body needs and choosing to meet those needs with love, not fear. So today, when you sit down for your next meal, pause for a moment. Look at your plate. Is there color? Is there variety? Is there something that feels alive and nourishing? If yes, wonderful. If not, maybe tomorrow there will be. Either way, you're on the right path. The path of presence, of intention, of choosing to show up for your brain, one bite at a time. Have you ever looked out the window in the early morning and felt the quiet promise of a new day? That gentle moment when everything is still and the light is just beginning to touch the trees. It reminds us that no matter what happened yesterday, we have the gift of today. And today is always a good day to care for our minds. You've already taken a powerful step just by listening, by being curious, by opening yourself to change. That alone is something to be proud of. And as we come to this final part of our conversation, I want to bring it all together, not in a way that overwhelms, but in a way that uplifts. Because the truth is, your brain has been with you through everything: your joys, your losses, your discoveries, your wisdom. It deserves to be nourished with care, just like your heart. We've talked about omega-3s, about the power of color on your plate, the magic of herbs and spices, and the beautiful conversation between your gut and your mind. We've explored how foods can stabilize mood, sharpen memory, and even help you sleep more peacefully. But now, let's go one step deeper. Let's talk about kindness. Not just kindness to others, but kindness to yourself. You see, many people after 60 carry a quiet sense of guilt. I should have eaten better years ago. I let myself go. It's too late to change, but those thoughts are just noise. And you, dear viewer, are not your past habits. You are your present choices. Right now, you have the power to choose something better. Not perfect, just better. That might mean drinking an extra glass of water when you wake up, or keeping some walnuts in your bag for a snack instead of cookies, or simply sitting down to eat without distractions, really tasting, really appreciating. These are not small things. They are acts of love. And love, especially self-love, nourishes your brain in ways no supplement ever can. And please, don't forget the joy of movement. A walk after breakfast, dancing to your favorite song while cooking, stretching your arms to greet the sun. When the body moves, the brain lights up. Memories feel brighter. Thoughts come easier. And your spirit feels lighter. If you're feeling stuck, remember this. Even rivers change course. Even trees, rooted for decades, grow new branches. Your brain can still build new connections, still form new habits, still learn, still feel, still thrive. The science proves it. But more importantly, your life proves it every time you try something new, every time you reach for growth instead of fear. Maybe no one ever told you this before, but let me be the first. You're not too old to feel good in your own skin. You are not too old to change how your brain functions. And you are certainly not too old to be vibrant, alert, and filled with purpose. Your brain is listening to everything you feed it, every bite, every thought, every intention. Feed it peace. Feed it beauty. Feed it nourishment. And watch what happens. As we come to a close, I want to thank you not just for watching, but for caring. For yourself, for your well-being, for your future. You are not alone on this journey. There are thousands, maybe millions, of people walking this same path, choosing to age with strength, dignity, and clarity. If this video has inspired you, even just a little, I invite you to share your thoughts in the comments. Tell us, what small change are you ready to try? What's one food or habit you're curious about? Let's learn together. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps us bring more of this heart-centered content to people just like you. Most of all, take this with you. The brain you nourish today will become the mind you rely on tomorrow. So be gentle, be loving, and never stop believing that the best years can still be ahead of you. Here's to your brain, your health, and the beautiful, meaningful life that's still unfolding. You've got this.